Bello. My overall look changed a lot from 7th to 12th grade, and so for today's video, I'm going to be continuing this 3-part mini-series of how I did my everyday makeup in grade school, along with showing you guys how I used to style my hair as well as my outfit to create the most super mega colossal high school look. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to see part 3 of how I did my makeup after high school. But also part 1 is linked down below if you are curious how I did my makeup in middle school. It was something. If this is your very first time seeing my face, welcome. I'm very glad to have you here. And if you enjoy makeup videos like this, then be sure to subscribe. But if you have seen my face before and many other videos and lives, whatever, and you're just coming back for more and you aren't subscribed, you should subscribe if you want. If you want. I can't force you. But I actually did some research and I found out that people who are subscribed are really pretty and cool and funny and beautiful and awesome. Just saying. But before we get into this video, I am urging you to keep using your privilege, your voice, and your platform. Regardless of what the bigoted losers running our country may say, you always have a right to free speech, so use it. There is so much hate running through everyday life nowadays. We've all seen it everywhere. Trust me, I know how degrading it feels. It's terrible, but please know that you always have my back. This channel will always be a safe and welcoming space for people of all identities. And she's sleeping right now, but Olive wanted me to tell you guys that she loves you very much and she's sending you all little warm cuddles, and she actually made biscuits for you guys last night, so I'll be sending those out real soon. But anywho, let's get into this high school makeup tutorial. Starting out with hair. So if you watched my middle school makeup tutorial, you might know that I was a headband girl. I still kind of am. I got back into it. Cool. But in high school, I ditched the headband for some ponytails, specifically a half up, half down double ponytail. Sometimes I would braid it, but only if I had enough time in the morning, which we all know. We were in a big time rush. But also at this time, I did not have bangs. I have had bangs many times throughout my life, but high school, I said no. No thank you, until I did get them in high school. But for a majority of high school, I did not have bangs, so I'm just gonna clip them back and give you guys a little forehead reveal. So, let's get into it. And little hack, not sponsored by this brand, but I reused a little skincare packaging thing to hold my bobby pins. That took way too long. Oh. My hair was much longer. It was not layered, so my ponytails would be like actual ponytails, but you get the gist. But finally going on to makeup. So
What the dog doing?
So for my base, I would use the Maybelline BB cream. I talked about this. It used to have a very cute blue cap and then they changed it and it's not cute anymore. But anyways, I would use the wrong shade. It was far too yellow for my very pink skin. So the only other face product that I have besides white foundation that I use for my cosplays is just concealer. It's like pretty close. But anyways, middle school, I used a BB blender. But then in high school, I started using makeup brushes, okay. I actually used a lot less face product because I would really only put it around, not on my eyebrow, but just around my eye to kind of highlight and then like to set for my eyeshadow that I would do. And then I think I would put it on the inner corner too to brighten because I have very like purpley blue under eye skin. And then white, I feel like I did it on my nose because my nose always looked not okay. I would kind of just go pat, 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 and why not put it in my eyebrow too, you know? Also, I mentioned this in my middle school makeup tutorial. Obviously, when you're getting ready before school, you're kind of in a rush, a big time rush, some would say. And you don't have a lot of time. And so this is kind of also like a timed makeup challenge. I would usually spend about 15 minutes on my makeup. Oh my god, why does this make my eyes water so bad? But yeah, like, okay, honestly, that doesn't look bad. It really does brighten your under eyes and evens out the tone. But anyways, I'm so hot, I'm gonna melt. And then to set my makeup, I would actually use the Maybelline pressed powder, also far too yellow for my skin tone. But then I would also, I would put translucent powder right under there, you know, as people who wear like a full face of makeup would do to set their makeup, even though I just applied concealer on my nose and under my eyes. And I think this is like the same one. I've always just used the e.l.f. translucent powder. Very affordable, cruelty-free, vegan, works pretty dang well. I've never used anything else, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but just right under there because we're setting our bare skin. I don't even get oily here. But I mentioned the Maybelline pressed powder and I would actually use that to set right around my eyes, and it was far too yellow and I don't have a pressed powder at all. So I'm just gonna be taking this very light yellow. So I'm just gonna take a little dab, not really that little, and then go right under my eye. And then I would kind of bring it up everywhere just to further highlight. And yes, yellow is kind of on the opposite side of the color wheel, so it could cancel out the purpley blue tones, but it just made me look sickly, as you will see, as you can kind of see right now. I did my makeup almost every single day from like 9th grade to probably 11th grade, and then when I became a senior, you know, you get senioritis and you just don't give a fuck anymore, and so I would really only do like mascara, maybe some brows if I'm feeling fancy, I don't know. But this is what I would do on an average day. So just very sickly yellow around the eyes. Fortunately, from middle to high school, I dwindled down on my use of bronzer, but it still wasn't my shade. You'll just have to watch the middle school tutorial to see just how much I put on, but high school I really just focused it up kind of in my hairline because I didn't have bangs. Oh god, I'll pin that back up. But I would put that right along my hairline, and if it didn't like blend into my hairline, I didn't care. And then kind of just right on the far end of my cheekbone, just to kind of give like a bit of color. And then I think I did do a little bit of like a jaw contour with bronzer. Nothing wrong with that, but this is not my shade. So I would just dust it a little under there. Not really blending it too much, but I would kind of blend it down because I remember seeing on other people who kind of did the same thing, like it was just like a stripe, and I'm like, I don't want that. So I actually had never used blush until about 11th grade, and at the time I would actually kind of double up my blush, and I used to have this super cute Milk Makeup blush lip cheek combo stick thing, I don't know. I got rid of that when I did my giant makeup declutter, check it out. But I actually doubled that with this exact, it's the same one from many years ago. This is the Milani 01 Dolce Pink Shimmer Blush. Let's see if I can get it in the sun. Okay, you can see there's a shimmer. There's something there. But since I don't have my cream blush anymore, I'm just gonna like go ham with this. And I did go ham with this back in the day as well. I loved a nice shimmer, a good blush. And even when I first started doing blush, I was obsessed with like the 80s placement of blush. Like very high up and everything, very bold. Like if you couldn't see the shimmer blush from down the hallway, like I wasn't wearing enough, you know? And I wouldn't put too much on the apples, just like really a lot on the cheekbones, never on my nose. I didn't put blush on my nose until 3 years ago. So you live and you learn. It wouldn't be my makeup tutorial if I didn't pack on some highlighter, okay? Now, I did also dwindle down on my use of highlighter from middle to high school, but I still used a lot. But thankfully, I stopped using like icy white and I moved on to more like pinky champagne colors. Pretty much the only one that I have that is like that color nowadays is from Wax Cosmetics. This is their Estrella highlighter. It's just a little sample that they sent me. Thank you. There we go. This little sample has lasted me I don't know how long, like it's crazy. I would go right on top of my shimmer blush, just really concentrating it like right there. And if you thought that I had enough on, no, put more. Always right under the eyebrow. And I believe, yeah, Makeup Revolution. That's the highlighter. That's the first like pinky highlighter that I used, but it was still like pretty cool tone. And I just didn't understand tones and hues and everything like that at the time, so whatever. Now I know how to do my makeup. And then I would put it on the inner corner. And then, oh, on my nose. Just straight down, not trying to make like a thin line. And then I would take my finger, rub it right in. So the whole end of my nose is nice and shimmery. And I only did this in like 10th and 11th grade, but I have natural freckles. Got those tortilla arms, okay? But I love to add even more freckles, especially during the winter months when the sun was not shining and my freckles were barely there. I have a natural beauty mark right there. It's definitely faded over the years, but I'm just gonna make it look how it kind of looked back then. But then with my freckles, I would just take a simple little brown pencil liner and just dot them on. And I would try to concentrate them where like my freckles naturally are. I went overboard. I love SZA, but I pulled a SZA and then I would say, yeah, these are all my natural freckles. I was in high school, okay? I don't think anyone is that truthful back then. Anyways, yeah, I would just put them where like my freckles naturally were, but just like times 10. And then I would kind of blend them out, but not a ton. Not a lot at all. They were still quite visible. I feel like this is like makeup that you would do for a play, you know? Like you want it to be visible from the crowd, but then up close you're like, oh, you know? Now moving on to eyes. So I still love to do my thin little line of eyeliner just on the top lid, but in high school, because I was getting into my Ariana Grande era, I would do a little cat eye. And when I say little, I mean probably the world's tiniest cat eye. Very thin along the lash line. Very thin. Very thin. This make my eyes water too with the flippity flop. You ready to see? I haven't done this in so long. That's it. Honestly, it was probably smaller. Okay, that isn't bad actually. That isn't bad. That's kind of cute. Maybe I was onto something. Oh, but as I was mentioning, I was getting into Ariana Grande at this time, her Dangerous Woman era. I wanted to be a dangerous woman as well. And yeah, I actually did see her in concert and I did collect every single dollar that fell to the floor when she sang her song Greedy. And then I took these to school the next day and I sold single dollars for $5 US. Girl boss. So it actually wasn't about until like 11th or 12th grade where I got into like lighter makeup. Like I went from the dark side to the light side, and my dark side wasn't even that dark. Yeah, I would just do shimmer eyeshadow all over my lid, and I would use the same highlighter or shimmer blush that I use. So I'm going to be using that same little Wax Cosmetics, just going right over the lid, the entire lid. And yes, we did put concealer on there. We set it with powder, and for what? It's just a shimmer. It's not gonna crease. But anyways, I then curled the flippity flop out of my eyelashes. This is not the same one. It's the same one, but this is the second one that I've had of this version of eyelash curler.
Have you ever had a dreams that you could want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I think it works good. And I would just sit there and crimp my eyelashes. This is crimping, right? It's basically crimping. Nowadays, like I would actually like curl it in like different segments of my lash so like it actually curls. But back in the day, like my lash would just go whoop. And back in the day, I used a little something called Maybelline Grant Lash. I like this. Have I tried better? But it's pretty okay. This is the same one that I've had since high school, and like it still has oh fuck. Oh my god! Wait for your mascara to dry and then flick it away. And this mascara honestly is not that buildable. It's meant for like more of like a more of a toned down lash. Why did that take me so long to say? I definitely prefer bigger, more dramatic lash. And speaking of that, in high school, for special occasions, I would actually apply a strip lash for like homecoming, or if I just really felt like serving during school, I would just put on a strip lash and be like, except that I never cut them to size, and so they were a bit too long and they would poke me in the eyes and I would wonder why I'm crying all day. Cut your lashes to size and it will help. So the summer between middle and high school, 8th and 9th grade, I learned a lot about myself. And one of those things was that my eyebrows were red. I would use red makeup for my eyebrows. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should find a different color, something that actually matches my hair. Yeah, I then saw that everyone and their mama was using the Anastasia Brow Wiz? What was that called? The brow pencil? Yeah, everyone is using it, and I'm like, I have to use it too.
That must be the only brow product on earth if everyone is using it.
Anyways, so I bought that twice, and if you didn't know, that thing is like $22-ish. Not very affordable for a high schooler. So after I bought that twice, I'm like, I don't want to keep spending this much. The thing is too damn expensive. And so I found a dupe. A very awesome dupe. This is from e.l.f. The Instant Brow Lift Pencil. Not sponsored. Nothing in this video is sponsored or affiliated with any products or brands shown or mentioned. It's the same thing. That's all I have left. Do you see that? It's barely poking out. I love this product so much, but this is 5-6 years old. I don't know. I don't want to buy it again because of the plastic. But now that I know you can like actually recycle stuff at Sephora, not sponsored, I don't know. It isn't worth it to me. Maybe this will be the very last use that I get out of this. Let's see. Honestly, my brows in high school were fleeked the fuck out, okay? I don't know if anyone says fleek on fleek. We used to, but anyways, they were like a pretty good shape and everything. There's like barely anything there, but I would make them quite arched. I would really exaggerate the arch. As always, just kind of go straight under there and kind of fill it in. But then I would go up. Yeah, it's like flat now. I don't think any product is coming out. But hey, what a great last use of that product, huh? And then I would brush them out to diffuse it. I think they honestly looked better when I did them in high school. I just don't do them regularly now, so I get out of practice. But anyways, and now on to lips. It was the matte lip season, okay? 2014, 2015, even I think it was up to like 2017 or 18. Matte lips were the thing, okay? And I actually scored 2 of Kylie Jenner's lip kits. Very similar in color. I don't know why I didn't diversify my purchases more, but these are quite bold for your everyday grade school makeup personally, but I would use more of this toned down one, which is Kristen. And then I got Jordy because when they stopped being friends, she put it on clearance for like $5 less. Kylie did, or maybe Ulta. Even though I do have the lip liners, I never use the lip liner, so I'm not going to today. I do exfoliate and moisturize my everything now, but my lips back then were crusty. So just imagine crusty lips with matte lipstick. And it still smells the same. It's almost like a strawberry shortcake doll, like very sweet. It's a thick smell, if that makes sense. I can already feel it taking out all the moisture of my lips. I feel like there's Botox in my lips. So I would wear matte lipstick to school, and I was very crusty, and then I would get so self-conscious that literally walking into the doors of the school at 7 a.m. I'd get so nervous, and then I would remember, oh my god, people can actually like perceive me, and then I'd go into the bathroom and then I'd scrub it off, but then there would still kind of be a stain. But then also later on in high school I started dabbling with the lip gloss. I don't know if I ever doubled that, like put lip gloss on top of the matte, but I might just do that so that I can like combine all of high school, you know? And I'm gonna be using the Unicorn Glow in Topaz lip gloss. That's a really good combo. Hello. But yeah, that's actually it for the makeup. But for the outfit, hello, are you guys ready? I don't think you are. I entered my baddie era in high school. Like I said, I loved Ariana Grande at this time. I was obsessed with the Kardashians. Just, you know, that kind of vibe. Fashion Nova? I was obsessed with Fashion Nova. I bought Fashion Nova. It is insane how much you change after you graduate high school. That frontal lobe be developed, eh? But for my outfits in high school, I would always wear a pair of like sweatpants or something that just made my butt look really good, and then I could like shake some ass in the hall, you know? I had senioritis, what else was I gonna do, okay? But yeah, I would always wear like really cute, like either flowy pants, like very like boho vibe, or I would just wear black joggers, which I'm going to show you. It's literally the exact same pair of joggers that I've had since 8th grade. But for my shirts, I would always wear something cropped. It had to be cropped, but I always wore high-waisted pants, so it's like I wasn't technically breaking any dress code, okay? It always had to be cropped. It had to be skin tight, because I was like, baddie, Fashion Nova, you know? And then my jewelry was very simple, but in high school I actually got my ears pierced, my first piercing ever at Claire's. Please don't go to Claire's. Those people, they messed it up 3 times. These are actually the very first pairs of earrings that I got, that they gave me. The amethyst stone, amethyst, because I was born in February. Amethyst, okay? But it's crazy to see how microscopic these are compared to the earrings that I wear nowadays. But also for jewelry, I like to keep it very simple with the necklaces, because at the time I was not quite flamboyant. Like, I wanted to stand out like a baddie, but I was also like, don't look at me, you know? So I would just wear like one simple necklace. I made it in 2017. It's a little fast fashion locket from Forever 21, back when I used to give them all of my money. And I bought this locket, and I don't know if you can see, but it's my little baby girl Lily, and I put her in this locket. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this all together and then I will film the final reveal, okay? So that is it for this high school makeup tutorial outfit hair makeover. In part 1 of my middle school makeover, I also made like a sister video. I didn't want to call it part 2 because this is part 2. So it's a sister video to the middle school part, where I posted a little playlist video basically of all of the throwback jams that I would listen to on the bus ride to school and home. Check it out if you want all of the best throwbacks, and if you just want to feel like you're going back in time. I'm not making more playlists for high school, because like I still listen to the same stuff and it's all just One Direction. But yeah, I do want to apologize for the lack of videos lately. I've been trying to post shorts, and I'm still doing my regular scheduled lives and everything, but for videos, I do apologize for the lack of that. I've just been uber busy with life, and if you didn't know, I'm my very own small business, Sharp Shot Photography. Check us out at Sharp Shot Photo on Blue Sky if you would like to support me and check out all my work. but I've been very busy with that. And then just, you know, I'm just in depresso mode and autopilot mode because of all the shitty poo-poo caca-dookie crap going on around the world. You know, my stomach is this is what it feels like. It's just like in a knot all the time. Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's roleplay. Where it is, guys. That's what Cardi B said. But I hope that you guys are doing much better, and if you're in the same boat as me, just know that I'm always here for you. This channel will always be here for you. And I truly do hope that everyone is doing okay and you're staying safe and you are continuing to do the things in life that bring you joy and keep pursuing your hobbies and your passions and spend time outside. Olive and I are sending everyone a boatload of love and support, and I will have many more videos coming soon because, as you may know, spooky season is approaching and just the holiday season in general, and I'm very excited for that because I have so many makeup tutorials and cosplays and even more lookbooks planned, so I'm very excited for that and to get that done, and I just gotta push myself. Push it to the limit, but not the limit. Don't get to the limit because you need to take a chill pill. And I'm talking to me because sometimes I just keep girl bossing and then I get so burnt out to the point where this happens. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. That really does help me out and the algorithm and all that jazz. And if you would like to see more and are not already subscribed, I would love to have you join the channel. And sorry, the inner high schooler came out of me. But anywho, sorry, that was terrible. I don't know what else to say. I hope everyone has a fabulous rest of their summer. Please stay hydrated. Drink your water. And I'll be back with another video very soon. I actually just posted an ASMR video and it's really cool. And I feel like nobody's watching it. So maybe you want to watch it. Okay, bye. But if you have seen my face before and you're seeing me again and you are not subscribed, I'm waiting. My overall look changed a lot from 7th to 12th grade. What am I trying to say? Regardless of what the bigoted losers who are running our country might say, you have a right to free speech.